Hi friends, my name is Ratan. I'm working for DURGASOFT Solutions as Java trainer. So in this video we'll discuss about AWT concept, abstract window toolkit, right? Anyhow, in the present application we are not using AWT concept. Anyhow, in the past application we developed AWT. Feeling important, if you're using or not using, I will cover my topics. If you're using in your project you can use it, otherwise ignore it. But AWT concept, right? So AWT means what? Abstract window toolkit. AWT means the AWT is used to prepare the GUI components. Don't ask what is a GUI, graphical user interface. Your login page, registration page, these are the GUI components, right? Login page and the registration page, like updation page, search page. AWT abstract window toolkit, it is used to prepare the GUI application. 1995 when they released the Java, they are developing the application by using GUI components like this AWT components. So nowadays HTML is there, HTML5 is there, CSS3, CSS, number of technologies are there, designing technologies are there, right? Good. Now AWT is used to prepare the GUI application. The GUI application means the applications which are interaction between the end user to the Java application. Java login application is there. The end user is interacting with the login application by using login page, right? The end user is interacting with the registration page by using registration.html, like registration file or not, like that. GUI form, graphical user interface, is a mediator between end user and the application. So in the AWT is providing a group of class and interfaces to design the login page GUI applications. AWT is providing group of class and interfaces to design these applications or not. Those all class and interfaces are present on package. What is the package name here? Java.awt package. So concentrate. JWT is developing GUI application. To develop this type of application, I want a group of class and interfaces. Those all class and interfaces are present in which package? Java.awt package. You know Java.collections, right? In the collection means what is the package name? Java.util. JDBC means the package name is Java.sql. AWT means the package name is Java.awt package. So the AWT is used to prepare the GUI applications. In the AWT, so you must know some keywords like the JWT, the frequent I'm using component. So component means what? Component itself, it is an object. So the login page contains group of components. What are the group of components? Tell me here. This is my login page. The login page, I'm having username, text field. But next one, tell me here the password. This is called text field. And next time click on what? Login button. This is my login page, right? This is a login page. This is the GUI application. So the login page, it is a mediator between end user and so this is called end user. The end user is end user. The end user is interact with the Java application. Here my application is available, Java app. The end user is interact with the Java application by using GUI. To prepare this type of GUI, this is called Java application logics. So to interact the Java application logics, here we are using mediator. This is called AWT. This is called GUI, graphical user interface. It's intermediate between the end user and the Java application logics. I would like to prepare this application. To prepare this type of files, we are using what? AWT. Now, for the first keyword here, I discuss about the component. What do you mean a component, Rathan? So the login page contains group of components. For the component here, username is one component. It is called label, right? Label is a component. This is called text field. Text field is a component. Text field is a component. This is called button or not? Button is a component. Button is a component. Tell me, what do you mean component here? The component is an object which is displayed on the container. So what is a container here? I displayed these are all the components in this file frame format, right? This frame is called what? Component. This container. This is called what? Container. The container is nothing but what? Your frame is a container. So concentrate. I hope everyone knows these points. Don't think heavily. Component means what? That username, text field, login button. These are called components. We are arranging those components into the frame. That frame is nothing but container. Component is individual. Container is what? Contains group of components. A component is an individual part is called component. Container means the container contains all the components. It is called container. The best example of the container is a frame. Components are, these are the components. Container and a component. So generally, so you know, in the marriage, in marriage they are taking number of photos, right? They are taking number of photos. That is called, each and every photo is called component. So they are arranging that all the photos in the frame or not, album. That is called frame. Frame is, like component is a one part. Frame is contains what? Group of components. So component is a single one. Container means what? It contains a group of components, that is called frame. So no need of explaining more explanation. That is enough. There is a component that is called as frame, container. The next one you have to think about the, by using AWT, I am preparing the components, but these components are static components. There is no life. I am preparing login page, login button, right? When I click the login button, there is no action. When I prepare the components by using java.awt package, those components are by default static. Those by default static. We are developing those constants by using which package here? Java.awt package. So java.awt package, I am preparing login button. This login button is what? Static component. To provide the dynamic nature, to provide the life to the component, if you want to provide the behavior to the component, like dynamic component. To provide the dynamic nature to this component, you can use some extra interfaces. Those interfaces and class are present in java.aw.event package. Java.aw.event package. It is a sub-package of java.aw. So concentrate. By using java.aw, we are able to prepare the components, but these components are what? Static. If you want to add the dynamic nature to these components, we can use what? Java.aw.event package interface or classes. So java.aw is providing static. To provide the life to the static, we are using java.aw.event package. These are the two packages we will work in AWT. And I said one more point here. For example, java.awt event contains some A class. Java.awt contains some B class. My class test is there. My class test, I am creating object of A class. A equal to, we will discuss this one practically. B equal new B. I am creating how many objects here? 2. A class is belongs to event package. B class is belongs to AWT package. The very important question they are asking. They are import java.awt.star. They are using what? Import java.aw.star. Very important question for the experience guys. Freshers also. I am saying that question is important for experience means for the freshers also it is important. So in the class one person is saying, then for the freshers that example is not required. Freshers that example is very important. Don't think if I am saying this is 1 plus 5 6 plus experience, this guy is very important means the remaining people that is not important. Don't think like that. Good. Question is clear. AWT package contains B class, java.aw.e contains A class. My class test using 2. I need to import the package. When I import the java.aw star means what? Able to use all class or not? Then you are able to use A and B class or not? Then it's a valid or invalid. When I am asking valid or invalid, 90% students are saying valid. 90% students are saying, as employee, every person is saying, 90% people saying what? That is valid. But obviously Ratan said that is invalid. So it is valid or invalid here? This is invalid. Because when I use the import java.aw.star, it is possible to access only which class here? B class. And this is import only for B class. But I want A class, right? A class is a AWT package class or sub-package class? Sub-package class. When we import the main package java.aw.star, it is not possible to access the sub-package class. It is possible to access only main package classes. If we want sub-package classes, we must import the sub-package also. Hey, when we import the main package aw.star, it is possible to access only AWT. It is not possible to access sub-package classes. Everyone is having this confusion in mind while discussing AWT. Ratan, I don't know what is the reason. Java.aw I already imported, but I must import event also, then only it is working. Then only it is working means it is a sub package. excuse me, when you import the main package, it is not possible to access the sub-package classes. If you want to access sub-package classes, we must import what? Sub-package also. So very, very important note you need to remember in the project level. The project contains different modules. When I import the main module, it is not possible to import sub-module classes. If you want sub-module classes, you need to import sub-module classes also. There's information about what? Your java.awt, java.awl.event. So frequently I'm working with how many packages here? 2. One is to prepare the static components. To provide the dynamic nature to that component, we are using java.awl.event. What do you mean by event here? One more word here. Event is nothing but an action is performed on the, tell me what do you mean event here? The event is nothing but the action which is performed on an object to provide the dynamic nature. Component, each and every individual part is called component. Container, it contains all the components. It contains all the components. Event, it is the action performed on the object, component. I hope you understand, right? This is called your AWT. Now the entire AWT I am preparing these applications. And one more disadvantage regarding AWT, you know, AWT components are platform independent. AWT components are what? Platform dependent. It's a heavyweight components. So AWT components are platform dependent means that when we develop the application like this graphical user interface is varied from operating system to operating system. When I'm executing this class Windows operating system, so in the Windows operating system, the graphical user interface is different. When I run this same project with the Linux operating system, the graphical user interface little bit changed. Application is wise same, but I'm saying about components displaying. When I create the login button, Windows internally login file button related classes will be executed. The Windows button related classes code, the Linux button related classes code is different little bit. It's a varied. It is varied from operating system to operating system. In that way, the java.awt components are what? Platform dependent components. The output is varied from OS to OS. Functionality is not varied, output is varied. It means the way of representing the frame is varied. So concentrate, number of studios are there. Every studio is providing frame only, but every student is providing their own frames are not, their own formats are not. In the same way, photo is always same size, fixed. Frame is always fixed like. You can change the frames also, no problem. But every video every video shop they are following what? Their own formats, right? The same way, I prepared button. So the OS to OS that will be changed. To overcome these problems, I want for every platform, I want a single data, single frame, like a single format. You can go for the Sphinx. Extension of AWT is what? Sphinx component. I hope the problem with AWT is clear. The AWT components are what? The platform dependent components. The output is varied from, the displaying the components are varied from operating system because the internal files of the operating systems are varied from OS to OS. To overcome this problem, we'll discuss about what? Sphinx concepts. The Sphinx is not generating platform dependent, it is generating platform independent data. I hope clear. This information regarding your AWT. Let me start the applications directly. And before going to the applications, I will write the small hierarchy like class structure. I will write the small class structure. You know what is the root class of all Java classes here? Hey, what is the root class of all Java classes? Object class, right? Object class contains child classes. What are the child classes? So here we are having component class. What is the class name here? Component class. Object class contains what is the child class here? The component class. The component class contains number of child classes. This is a component class. The component classes contains what? Number of child classes. What are number of child classes here? I would like to create a text field. This is a text field component. I would like to create the button. So we are having button class. I would like to create the checkbox. This is a checkbox class. I would like to create the canvas. This is a canvas class. I would like to create the frame. To create the frame, here window class is there. By using window class is extending, frame is extending Windows class. And coming to the Test field also, subclass is there for text field. Text component is a main class. Text component is, the text components contain subclasses. What subclasses here? Text field. What second one here? Text area. Text field and what? Text area. So if you want this entire structure, I will show the structure once. Can please concentrate here. So check the screen if you want. Here. To check the predefined support in Java, I opened command prompt. In the command prompt, can please check once here. The command prompt Java P, Java dot, what is the package name here? AWT dot. So I'm writing here text field. Text field. So can please check the text field here. So check it. Text field is extending text component or not. I will write each and everything here. Can please concentrate. So public class AWT, public text field, it is extending text component. Just I shown that one. So can please check the text component here. So next one is what? So text component. Text component. Here text component is extending what? Component or not? It is implementing some interface also. We will discuss that one. And what about test component? Can please check the component here. So java.awl. Component. Come on, number of methods are there in the component interface. Component class. So can please check the component. Where is the component? Component is not showing the complete, like maybe in command prompt is showing limited number of lines. Any component is also extending object class, right? Can please check here. In the same way, there are a number of classes. Java P. So Java dot AWT dot container also is one of the class here. Container. 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 Container contains these methods. You can check these methods here. What about container class here? Come on. So container, public class java.container, it is extending which class here? Component class. Container is also extending which class? Component class. So like that, number of classes are there. So I've shown the practically text field is extending component or not. Component is extending component class. I've shown practically right like that. And the component contains one more child class here. What is a child class here? The container is the child class of component. The container class contains the child class. What is the child class here? Arrows are always pointing to parents. Who is the father here? Component, 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 like that. What is next one here? The checkbox group. To create the radio buttons, there is no radio button class here. You have to depends on what? Checkbox group class. The checkbox group class is a direct child class of the object. Checkbox group class is direct child class of the object. And what next one here? The container. So container contains what? So here panel is there. The panel contains applet. So tell me, applet is a child class of the panel. Panel is a child class of the container. I hope you understand, right? This is hierarchy. So frame is a child class of window. Window is a child class of the component. Component is the object. If you want to check the frame here, I will show the frame also. How to check the frame here? Java P, Java.awl.frame. You can check like this. No need to depends on the theory, everything. Like no need to depends on the complete diagram. If you are having any doubts, check it. Public class extends the frame or window or not. It is implementing some interface also. So you can check the applet also. How to check the applet? Java P, Java.awl.applet. Java.awl. This is separate package. Applet.applet. Sorry, Java.awl. This is not belongs to applet. This is directly applet. So check it here. So public class Java.applet. It is extending which one here? Panel interface, right? The panel class, right? The panel. Panel is extending like what? Container. Like that AWT, everything will discuss as part of the GUI components only. That is the reason I declared here AWT applet also. Tell me, applet is a separate package. What is a separate package here? java.awl.java.applet.applet. So coming to the applets, we will discuss as part of AWT only. In the applet or the package name here, to prepare the applet, we are using package java.applet package. Java.applet package. There is a small hierarchy of your what? AWT components. So button, we are having label class is there to create the username, password, labels, right? Label class is there, canvas class is there. So number of classes are there. These are the small hierarchy of what? Your AWT. I hope you understand, right? Component contains, text component contains two fields, text field and text area. Container is a child class of component, contains panel, panel contains what? Applet. Frame, it's a window to the frame. And checkbox group is directly child class of the object. This is a small hierarchy of what? Your AWT concept. Apart from this I would like to prepare the text field component, text area component, button component, label component, checkbox, canvas, the applet components. First of all, to prepare the components, preparation of components we will discuss later. First of all, how to think about what? First of all, let me prepare the frame. So frame is a basic component. Once the frame is ready, in that frame we are displaying group of components. Once the frame is ready, then only how to think about what? Components, right? Assume I prepared components. Where is the frame? There's a reason. First let me create the frame. Let me talk about the frame. Frame is the basic component of the AWT. What the basic component of the AWT here? Frame is the basic component of the AWT because based on the frame only we are able to add that components of frame, then only we are achieving the project or not. Frame is the basic component of the AWT because it displaying all the other components in the application. That is a frame. Now in this example, first example, I will discuss about how to create the frame. Frame is a child class of the window, window is a child class of the component, component is a child class of the object. Let me prepare the frame here. Frame is the basic component of the AWT, right? To prepare the frame, we are having two approaches to create a frame here. We are having how many approaches to create a frame here? Two approaches. One is what? To create the frame, directly frame class is there. Create the frame class object. Create the frame class object, then create the frame directly. Okay, what is the first approach here? Directly you can create the frame class object, you can create the frame. What is the second approach to create a frame here? So take the user defined class. So user class extends the frame class. Extends what? Frame class. These are the two approaches to create a frame. Then what is the first approach to create a frame here? Frame class extending, directly create the object of frame class, then you will create in the frame. What is the second approach here? The user class is extending the frame. For that user class I am creating object, my frame will be created. So generally how many approaches are there to create a frame here? Two approaches. Now I will cover the two approaches how to create the frame here, right? Good. Anyhow, you know the frame class is present in which package? Java.AWT package. Whenever I am using the frame class, I must import which package here? Java.AWT package, right? Good. Let me write the frame here.